So no fancy metrics overlay this week as I forgot to press start on the GPS, so yeah, just thought I'd give you a breakdown of our sail, run through manoeuvres. It's quite a nice day out actually, probably about like 10 maybe 15 knots at the most, but with the tide running with the wind, so it's quite a gentle sail but nice flat water. And we had Chris out with us as well in the blue kite for a little while, so yeah, had a nice little sail up and down the harbour. Yeah, I just thought I'd talk through a few manoeuvres for you about what I like about them, what I don't. So these are the first few jibes, kind of quite light at the moment, kind of marginal twin trapezing, so it's kind of about getting through the turn quite smoothly without killing off too much speed, and just kind of heading down the harbour, jabbing back and forth with Chris. The kite we've got is pretty old and horrible, so when you hit a lull, the kind of apparent goes forward and you struggle to keep the kite full because it's a bit baggy. Yeah, just trying to keep the weight on the wire and kind of using quite a lot of main sheet in and out just to keep the balance in the boat. So first jibe, quite nice and flat on the entry. Bit of windward heel on the way out, which through the middle of the jibe, which wasn't nice, but I think that's more shifting the weight between the 2 feet whilst we're in the middle of the jibe. But yeah, not a bad jibe. Yeah, you can just see here, just playing the main in and out, just to kind of keep the balance on the rudder. Jibe drop and a bit of a speed up, take you upwind, have a look at a few tacks. It's a bit out of time on the entry between the two of us, but not too bad, hitting the wire at the same time. One of the things I find as a helm is kind of being able to hook on the exit pretty well. Just not using the tiller extension, but just going out and lifting the handle above my head, and that pulls in the hoop to the harness and just clips on, which is quite a smooth movement. But we'll have a look later. I for some reason can't do it going from starboard to port. I think that's just because my left arm's weaker and I struggle to take the weight above my head on the trapeze handle. So yeah, just locked in a bit of tuning run there with Chris.
A little surprised we've got water here. Ready for attack? Okay, let's go.
Pretty funny, we say I don't think there's much water. That's a bit of foreboding for later in the sail. But yeah, tack away. This is starboard to port, and yeah, as you see, go through nice in time. Maybe a bit of a slow turn rate, go out, but I just struggle on my left arm, lift my body weight up and hook on without using the tiller extension. So going upwind still. Chris is just on a hip to the right, so we go through attack.
Ready for attack? Okay, let's go.
A bit slow. Rudder's just struggling for grip a bit there, but not too bad. Again, going from starboard to port, having to clip on using the tiller hand. Crack a bit of jib, bear off, aim for the back of Chris. Guy doesn't believe I've got any spatial awareness at ducks. Yeah, so pretty nice upwind, just trying to balance Guy sheeting and try not to steer too much, just kind of general keeping the lane right and letting Guy sheet around it. I mean, as it gets a bit breezy, then you start having to put some tiller inputs in, but yeah, in this breeze, just kind of tweaking the jib and keeping my hands high and letting Guy do all the work, the main sheet. So yeah, another tack port to starboard. This time go out again, just managed to pull that hand over my head, which brings the trapeze hoop onto the hook in one movement, which is yeah, quite nice and smooth, and hopefully looking to recreate that on the starboard to port tacks. So again, yeah, just quite stationary on the tiller, just very small movement. Just letting the main sheet do the work, keeping the boat flat, maybe slightly on top. Okay, we're with Mark. This is a jibe set. We're on the left edge of the channel, tyres going in, so we want a jibe set around this. Jib's already cracked. I think probably take the main sheet too quickly off the crew. Pull the main over, maybe a bit of windward heel on the exit of that jibe, but a bit of a slip from the crew. Not a bad jibe set though. I think this is about as windy as it got all day at the moment, so I don't know, maybe 50 knots at the most, kind of just starting to get breezy enough to get back into the foot loops. Pretty flat water in the harbour though, so just helm in the forward foot loop and crew forward of that. Kind of nice and flat, and yeah, just using the main sheet to balance the boat. So every time the boat wants to bear away, just sheet on a little bit to keep it heading up without it heeling over, and vice versa if it goes to leeward. Good jibe. Oh, bit too much leeward heel on the entry there. I just got hit by a bit of a gust and then kind of corrected it, but exit was nice. Been playing around with the clipping on styles, going downwind on the jibes, either going out on the handle and then clipping on by moving the hips or getting the crew to do it, but it's a bit inconsistent on whether I can get clipped in myself, so kind of moving back to just clipping on, taking up the slack and moving out. Yeah, this is probably as windy as it got all day. Just kind of nice helm in the forward loop, crew just behind the control lines, quite flat water, so there's no need to be right at the back of the bus. Another jibe coming up, hand up to hoop, steps a bit quick then, again hook on, take up the slack, move out, kind of dropping my weight on the wire on the exit just to pop the battens as I drop down.
Sometimes pops it on the exit.
Again, you can see my hand moving, just tweaking the main sheet just to keep the boat balanced.
Yeah, they came beyond, but they just dropped about 10 seconds ago. Just go to Emsworth and back?
Yeah, we didn't go to Emsworth in the end, decided against that. So yeah, one thing we really found was just sailing around on your own, it's quite hard to gauge the speed, so it's good to do a calibration to 0 speed every now and then. So you know what you want to do is just find a bit of shallow water and get a good bit of speed up.
Feels like the boat's going through the water pretty quick anyway. Just on the land, probably not.
Yeah, so just, you know, if you're wondering how fast you're going, get a good bit of speed up, head towards some shallows and
tied up. Yeah. Okay, ready for attack?
smash into the bottom, so you know it's pretty easy to tell now that's 0 speed, so you can tell exactly how fast you're going by how far past the bow you go. So yeah, for any of you out there wanting to improve your boat speed, then this is the way to do it. Fire yourself at a bank, see how far around you get around the bow, and then you know just repeat and just aim to get further and further around the bow the faster you go. So look there, you know we only really got the crew around the bow, so reckon we're probably doing 7 knots max. So yeah, got a few more videos coming up over Christmas. Hopefully do a Christmas cracker pursuit race at Hayling, try and get the GPS on for that and get some analytics up and kind of see how we're playing shifts and stuff through the race. Yeah, got some more videos for the boat prep, trapeze elastics. Been a bit delayed getting it out. We've been fiddling around with those. So, and finally about the launch line for the pole to stop that twisting and dropping over the side of the launch block. So we got a few other kind of boat tweaking videos to come up. So yeah, subscribe to the videos for more, and have a great Christmas.